A warm welcome to you. Thank you very much for joining us for the meditation. For those I have not met before, my name is Denise Cunningham from celebrationsoflight.com, and I offer these meditations complimentary every Sunday morning at 11:11 a.m. Pacific time. Often the meditations are ones that I have written myself, and every once in a while I share someone else's or someone's that I have morphed, and today is going to be someone else's. I've shared some of her stuff before. Her name is Pamela Cribbe, and she does state that her stuff can be shared as long as we distribute it freely, which we are doing. And the condition is that her URL, which is www.jeshua.net, is included as the resource. So if you have an opportunity, do check out Pamela's work at www.jeshua.net. So we'll get started in just a moment, but I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And really sink into whatever it is that you are sitting or lying on, so that you can fully relax and take in Pamela's words. It is a channeled message from Mother Earth or Gaia. And then begin to bring your focus to your breath, noticing it moving in and out of your body. As you focus on it, the in-breath, bringing it deeply into your belly if you can do that. And when you exhale, releasing all of the air out of your lungs. Just noticing the beauty of your body, exactly where it is, and your incredible breath, moving in and moving out. And now I'd like to begin to share Pamela's message from Mother Earth, Gaia. It says, "Dear friends, I am the earth. Feel my energy and my strength. Make the connection with me through your body, which is the bridge between us. Let me into your life so I can give to you what you need, which is only possible when you allow yourself to receive. You have become human here on earth by your body receiving the elements of earth. And only through a deeply felt connection with me can you manifest in flesh and blood who you are truly, a most profound and complete being. I want to receive your soul, your inner warmth and light, and in return to give to you everything you need as a human being to flourish and shine, to manifest and radiate what you are. However, when it comes to receiving, there is a barrier in humans that prevents me from giving to you all that you need. There is an inability in people to connect with the earth and to receive my energy, not only at the individual level, but also at the collective level. This is the reason why humanity as a whole is so lost in its head and therefore stands on shaky and uncertain ground. Many persons disconnect from the now by losing themselves in continual hectic thoughts, by being entangled in the past or driven by the future, and by being caught up in stress and pressure from the outside world. I cannot reach you when you are trapped in your head. So I ask that you experience that gap between us for a moment. See a person before you who is completely in their head and wholly taken by the thoughts that whirl and chum there. They have become a prisoner of their own mind. Meanwhile, their body becomes more lifeless, less vital, and powerful. It receives too little nourishment from its own consciousness, and in this way cannot be inspired by the powers of the earth and of nature. Such a person loses connection with their feelings and with the energy flow within their body. And to some extent, each one of you is such a human. It cannot be other than that. However, because you have been enormously influenced by the way human beings have been raised for centuries. Why has all that energy become concentrated in the head? Orienting yourself mostly from your head happens only when there already exists a kind of rupture between you and the earth. An animal is naturally connected with its surroundings and forms an organic whole, first with its own kind, and then with its extended environment. It feels inextricably part of the whole and immerses itself in that whole. It feels it belongs and does not think about what it is like to be separate from the whole. The natural experience of being connected is lacking in most people. If you are trapped in your head, there is a feeling of being lost, a loneliness, a feeling of being separate, and a lack of meaning and the ability to make sense of your life. It is not strange then that people start behaving in a way that separates and drives them even farther from themselves, from others, and from me, the earth. There is fear in people who live from their head, and the result is there arises in them a need to control and to eliminate that fear, or at least to conceal it. Unfortunately, their fear is never really relieved, if that relief comes only by way of the head through mental activity. Actually, you then create only more barriers against life, because so many judgments about what should or can or might be are located in the head. Now, for a moment, imagine someone whose energy is not so concentrated around their head. See that person standing on the earth. You might see a human being who has a different kind of presence and whose being inhabits its body in a unique and individual way. Maybe what arises in your imagination is the vision of a person who is barefoot and lightly clothed, a more natural person. Look at the heart and essence of that person. That human being is part of the whole through listening to what nature has to tell it and being aware of the flow of life within its body. That person feels from the abdomen what it needs physically: food, clothing, shelter, and feels from the heart what it needs emotionally: connection with other beings, passion, inspiration, creativity. This is the new human, because this is who wants to be born through you and to make a connection with you on the new earth. You who are here in this wonderful, beneficial environment can imagine this new human because it is easier for you to connect with nature. Call on that figure in your imagination. It is already within you. It is your vision of your future self. The activity in your head has become still and silent. You have descended more deeply into your heart and abdomen. You no longer need to try to regulate and bring order through your thinking mind. You easily allow things to be as they naturally are, and it is from that more passive attitude, seemingly passive because in fact you are open and receptive without wanting to grasp and control, that you can really receive your soul on earth. Your soul is like starlight from which a beam extends to earth, a beam that can only penetrate and shine through the receptivity of a human being. Imagine for a moment that inside your soul is a star of light. Call on that star, which should be quite easy for you to do because you are that star. Imagine that the light of this star falls on you. And look where in your body this light is the most easily received. And that is not your head. Allow the light of the eternal star that you are to flow into your body, in through your heart, to your abdomen, tailbone, legs, and feet. As a human being, you are a channel for your soul's light. That is why it is so essential to appreciate your own humanness and to understand and to love it. Your humanness is not an obstacle for your soul, but a partner. Your humanness with all your emotions, thoughts, and body is part of your life here. It is the channel through which your soul wants to flow. Embrace your dignity as a human being. It is the result of living from your head that causes you to always try so very hard to prove that you are someone who is worthy of being loved. You overlook who you really are because there is always something outside yourself that you want and reach for. But by doing this, you cannot be the receiving channel for your own soul's energy. It is only when you really stand with yourself and be who you are as a human being, with all the insecurities and uncertainties that are part of being human, can you really be at home and one with your soul. You then do not need to prove yourself. You know you are good as you are. Everything you are, all facets of being human, is part of this life on earth, and nothing needs to be removed. When you say yes to your humanness, you set yourself free. You are no longer fighting with yourself, and you become part of the whole. Every human being is unique and walks its own path. That is precisely why you have so much to give one another, because each of you has a unique perspective and is irreplaceable within the whole. Finally, I would like to ask that you imagine you are on the new earth, a place where people live much less from their head and more in harmony with themselves, with nature, and also with other people. See yourself there and allow your imagination to roam freely. Look for a moment at how you would live there. Is there a setting somewhere in nature, for example, where you can be yourself completely, where you feel at peace and relaxed? You sense a connection with this environment, and you sit there very calmly and tranquilly. Maybe you have your own cottage there, one that completely reflects who you are. You feel safe and secure in that cottage. Allow the setting to influence you. Then look around you to see if there are other people in the surrounding area. See if you feel a connection with these people, and if this is a community of people with whom you belong on that new earth. And go a step further. Imagine that you come together with these people in a center or a square where you gather in a circle. How natural it feels to you to come together with these people, because you have nothing to prove to them. You can simply be yourself. That is your role in this community, to be yourself and to radiate your unique energy from there. Feel for a moment how grateful people are that you are part of this community, how they appreciate you for who you are, how inspired they are by your presence and contribution. Experience these people and you forming a circle by all of you holding hands. Together you generate something beautiful for the earth and for humanity. In this way, the flow of giving and receiving come together effortlessly. You know who you are, and you naturally receive what you need in order to live well and in harmony. Thank yourself for your value as a human being. My wish for you is that you take yourself really seriously and not denigrate yourself as you usually do. You are the channel for the new earth that wants to arise from within the old, which was full of fear and judgment. The new earth wants to manifest, so take yourself seriously as a forerunner of this new time. Totally embrace your humanness, for that is the channel for the manifestation to occur. Your individual humanness makes you part of the whole, indispensable and unique. This is my appeal to you. Believe in yourself, appreciate yourself, and stand up and dare to shine, dare to give and receive. And now it's time to begin to bring yourself back to the room that you're in. Very slowly and gently. You could wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe tap your feet on the floor. And if you feel comfortable doing so, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. And thank you so much for being on this journey today, for bringing your beautiful humanness and your energy to this space. You are unique, and it matters that you're here. Facebook very graciously offers a recording of this meditation, which I will post on my timeline and on my pages, which are Celebrations of Light, Denise Cunningham - The Shift Factor, and Whispers of Hope. And I will also post it on my YouTube channel, which is Denise Cunningham - The Shift Factor. If you choose to subscribe there, you would receive an email each time a new meditation is uploaded. So we will be back again, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, June the 20th at 11:11 a.m. Pacific time. In the meantime, I wish you an amazing week, really appreciating you and your contribution. There is only one of you, and I am grateful that you're here. Namaste.